Welcome in, everybody. Before we get into today's update, I want to go over a few different points that we're going to touch in the update this morning. First, we've got to talk about XRP's network activity. I've got an article, but it's going to show how we're at an all-time high. So are we anticipating a bigger move up? As we know, XRP has broken back through the 50-cent mark, and it is vital for us to hold this 50 cents. Our next level up would be 0.522, and I'll go over the charts to show everybody my thinking as I've been for the last week and a half getting out ahead of this, what I think is an inverted head and shoulders. So we're going to pay attention to that as the DXY breaks back below 104, as we thought it had to retest that 103.62 level roughly. And then we'll also take a look at Bitcoin, as Bitcoin has been teetering around that 28,000 level. So we'll see exactly what's going on this morning. I think it's a couple hundred points below it as of right now, but it's been back and forth trying to break that 28,000 again, so we need to take a very close look at that. Make sure you hit that like button, as it will really help push me through the analytics, and it's my goal to have as many people as possible that would really like to trade crypto but want to understand crypto at a more minute level and not just get taken advantage of through the charts. That's why I put all my content out for free. If you get anything out of this, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and for God's sake, turn that bell notification to all so you can stay out ahead of this market. Catch you on the other side of the intro. As you can see, the Dow's up 36, S&P's up 25, Nasdaq's up 153.44. The 2 years down 0.01, 10 years down about a half a basis point, 30 years down 0.3 of a basis point. So pretty flat this morning. So I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 9:36 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we've got a lot of stuff to go over this morning. I know some people might be feeling pretty good psychologically. We have a psychological level XRP's trying to push through right now at 50 cents. We were on top of it, but we'll see what ends up happening by the time we get back into the charts. So first, I'd like to start with this from Finbold News in Bold. XRP network activity hits record-breaking levels, mega rally ahead. Amid the majority of the crypto market seen recuperating post-Memorial Day weekend, XRP has continued with price gains as bulls are winning over the bears at 50 cents. At the same time, the XRP network has been recording massive spikes in address activity and mild decoupling from the rest of the altcoins. Indeed, the XRP network has had its second and third largest address activity spikes in history over the past several days, indicating that a major bullish rally could be in sight for the price of the XRP token. According to the information shared by the blockchain analytics firm, sentiment on May 30th, specifically on May 27th, around 490,000 addresses were interacting on the network in what was the second largest address activity day in the chain's history, followed by another day, huge spike on May 28th, just 2.5 months after its largest ever address activity spike preceded a 45% plus surge. XRP network quietly showing mild decoupling as address activity surges. Bulls and bears battling at 50 cents. That's a major psychological level. As the analytics platforms team explained, a mild plus 4% decoupling has emerged between XRP and the altcoin pack. And if history repeats itself from the March 18th activity spike, it could be more. So, meanwhile, XRP was at press time changing hands at the price of 0.5025, demonstrating a 4.62% increase in the last 24 hours, as well as advancing 8.70% across the last 7 days, adding up to 5.61% gain in the monthly chart. So I'd like to share that kind of information, and I think it's good that we know the network activity. If you own XRP, you should understand about the network. And if you own XRP, you need to own XRP, XLM, and XDC. It's just the 3 X's. We have to get that line of thinking going. Right now, XDC, 10,000 shares will be about $313. Back in 2022, it was at about 20. At the high, or 2021, we hit around 20 cents. So that would have cost you $2,000. So, I mean, that's a nice perspective to have. XRP right now at 50 cents. I mean, I tried to telegraph this for everybody. everybody. But I spoke of XDC first, so let's just take a look at the chart. To me, XDC is building that inverted head and shoulders like XRP's already had, and it's just a layer behind, which it typically runs later. But you got boom, left arm, down to a possible head. If this is, in fact, creating a right shoulder, this, for XDC, we're going to hook back around, and it makes perfect sense that it would have to come back up here. So we're going to be looking for a targeted move up to about that 3443. We can't really do much until after that. So that's just a very short look at XDC, but at least it can give you an idea of the immediate short term. I'm a little busy today because Julie's going with the 9-year-old Scarlett. Well, she's already gone to the school because they're dissecting frogs today in 3rd grade. So fun times, fun times. XRP at 50 cents. Like I've said, I've been trying to telegraph this move. You can see the first layer move that I have put out here is at 50 cents to push up. If we hold 50 cents, second layer move would push us to 52.22. And by God, if we hold that, third layer is 53.75, then 55.85. And ultimately, this finishes up at that 58.50, right at the pattern formation at about 60 cents. If you get back over that, you're in a higher formation. But that's what I've been seeing, this inverted head and shoulders building out. And we talked about this. Took a little bit of heat, but that's okay. When it came down here, we talked about we would get a 45% drop if we came back into this structure and failed it. Because then you go to the all-time pattern and you would end up below the 2021 uptrend. For the 45% drop to happen, you had to break the 2021 uptrend and push your way to the 2017 uptrend. Never happened. So what ends up happening there, and we talk about this day after day, so if you're here, no excuses, please. I want us all on the same page, and to be on the same page, you've got to take control, and you got to stop making excuses. Once we came back up, first sign that we were holding and we were starting an inverted head and shoulders is the fact, as I've said, where I circled it, we created that inverted head on the descending triangle and or symmetrical triangle breakout to your interpretation. Then we continued to create the inverted right shoulder. And now it looked like we're coming up to create the actual arm and then back up into the leg areas. So it's going to be very interesting if you want to talk about a head and shoulders and then you come down and create the legs. And it's all the stuff in the sand. So by coming back up like that, we knew that this 45% drop could not happen because we never hit the signal down here. The signal for a 45% drop is breaking that 353 level. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, the fact we came back up, held this formation on a breakout, and now we're pushing up. If we can get above this area, the 50 cents is a huge hold area. But we have to go to the short-term chart because that shows us the short-term areas. So that is what we're doing. So that's how we got to where we're at, nothing more, nothing less. So if you're paying very close attention, you are so far ahead, you could slap yourself in the face and not even know. You would stop yourself, you're so far ahead. You'd go to slap yourself in the face and future self would say, hell no. Right? That's why you have, that's why you stay ahead. So you can perceive what's coming. Stop those backhands. So, Bitcoin, if you remember the last several days, now we've had a golden cross in the 4-hour time frame on Bitcoin, so that's a very bullish signal. We've got this big W reversal we've talked about. I talked about well before this even moved up here, so I am just thrilled for everybody who's here, who's staying ahead. Anybody in the Telegram who's paying attention, who's gotten out ahead of some of these trades. And then today, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing our daily live as the trading markets are open. And I look forward to seeing everybody there, as it's going to be a lot of a lot of content created there. And we're going to have a friendly back and forth. And we're going to talk deeper about these charts. And if you have any questions and you want to talk to me personally, you join me at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't charge anything. Join me on the live. It's usually between 20 and 30 minutes. We had an hour and 10 minutes on our last live because it was spectacular and there was a lot of back and forth. So, in conclusion here, Bitcoin needs to get back above this 28,000, get back into this channel, and we're starting to push a little bit more of a bullish thesis. And then we need to break over 29,000. Once you get back over this channel, you start to look a little more bullish. And then you got to get back over 30,000 because that's the psychological level. But that's where we're at right now. It's not that I personally think XRP is decoupling Bitcoin. I just think XRP was out ahead of the market a little bit. Just like with XLM, XRP's got this inverted head and shoulders, but I still think XLM could be working on the same pattern formation. And if that's the case, we're going to get a push up to this 925 level and then hopefully swing up out of here. So we're very early on the XLM pattern, especially if this is an inverted head forming. Looks like an inverted left shoulder formed up here, down to an inverted head. Inverted right shoulder should be here and push us up. You'll know something went wrong if we break that 8.5 level. You break 8.5, that invalidates the inverted head and shoulders. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you're looking for a way to trade the 3Xs, XRP, XLM, XDC, your favorite crypto. In the video description below and or pinned comments, there's MEXC and or BITGET. No spot fees on the buy and sell, and you can futures trade up to 250x long you're shorting the market. And then if you want to show me some support, you can send a super chat. You can send a donation via Cash App and or sending XRP, or simply signing up for Tom's Army. That's in the video description below and or pinned comments. But the easiest thing to do is hit that subscribe button if you've got anything out of this update. And then make sure you turn that bell notification to all so that you can see a future update. Right now, DXY is reversed a little bit back up to 104.06. It looks like it needs to come down to the 103.674. That's where I'm thinking it's going to come down to. And then we'll see from there. If it breaks that, then in the 30-minute time frame, it's starting to break the structure down. And we'd probably break a little bit farther. But as you can see, we're having a bearish cross, and we're getting rejected by the 200-day right now. So the DXY could be coming down to catch a little cooling here. Because if there's a debt ceiling limit raised, or debt deal actually is reached, as they're voting in Congress today, which will probably get shot down, but they're actually voting on it today, the DXY is going to tumble a little bit. If they keep printing money, the DXY is going to go down because the US dollar value is going to get devalued. Plain and simple. Stay blessed, everybody.